Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I wanted to give a shout out before I get started today. This is from @ScottyK04. Some days require a double dose of coffee. That also requires a double dose of cinnamon. Shout out to Digital Asset Investor for the cinnamon tip. So I thought I would show everybody your cinnamon coffee and appreciate the shout out. Thanks for doing that. And that cinnamon and the coffee thing, I never ever thought that it would catch on like it did, but apparently everybody was really needing some cinnamon in their life, and I'm glad for it. Moving along, I wanted to show this article. This is interesting. Wells Fargo says Bitcoin too risky for clients, pays $575 million fine for scamming them. This is funny because if you read this, it shows you that what these traditional financial companies, what their true intentions are. It says, pursuant to a nationwide federal investigation, Wells Fargo admitted that its employees opened more than 3.5 million sham unauthorized bank and credit card accounts in its customers' names between 2002 and 2017. The bank then illegally charged its clients for various financial service products they never signed up for, such as life insurance policies and collateral protection insurance on millions of auto loans. Employees claim they engaged in this widespread fraud because they were afraid to lose their jobs if they didn't meet Wells Fargo's aggressive sales goals. And then they go on to make the point later in this article down here. They say, this was from Wells Fargo about Bitcoin. Customers can no longer use their Wells Fargo credit cards to purchase cryptocurrency, a bank rep said in a statement. We're doing this in order to be consistent across the Wells Fargo enterprise due to the multiple risks associated with this volatile investment. In other words, they want to protect you now, but before they defraud you, and then they pay a fine so that it doesn't come out, and nobody, of course, ever goes to jail in any of these things. But meanwhile, cryptocurrency, which represents the most transparent and honest form of finance, they want to get far away from that. And but what the overall point here is that the reason it scares them so bad is because they are the middleman, and that's what it takes out. That's what this is all for. And so moving along, I wanted to show you this article. This is pretty interesting as well. Computer's trying to slow down a little bit, but that's okay. We will get it right. It'll pop up in 1, 2. Here we go. This is an article. This happened today or yesterday evening. Kraken. This kind of surprised me. This came out of nowhere. Kraken tweeted this out to everybody in the Ripple in the XRP army. Says Ripple and was first a payment protocol whose native currency is XRP. You could suggest the eponymous company change its name again to avoid ambiguity. The convention is protocol asset like Ripple XRP, Ethereum, Ether, Bitcoin, etc. In other words, they came out trying to kind of be smart alecks about Ripple versus XRP, which the only thing that makes any sense in this right here is that Kraken was tired of Binance and some of these other exchanges getting all of the Ripple community's attention. That's the only thing that makes any sense to me. But this is kind of like, I mean, wow. The only thing I can figure with this is that because this sparked a whole Twitter fight, and Kraken was not backing down. They were getting into like making smart comments to people in the Ripple community. And the only thing that makes any sense about this to me is the old saying that no advertising is bad advertising. And I think that they literally try to tweak the XRP community so that they could get for some free advertising, is what I believe, on social media, and they got it. But how does that affect you in the medium to long term as far as how those customers view you? I mean, because XRP community members are a pretty large customer base, so I don't know how wise that was, but I also think that it was for a reason. Now, I'm about to say something to everyone in the XRP community, and that is, over the course of the last few months to a year, there were multiple people on Twitter and whatnot have gotten upset over anytime somebody makes a price prediction, and the bottom line is, I think that there's a lot of people in crypto that it might be time to grow up. And here's why I say that. Traditional finance, and what I'm showing you right here, this is today's U.S. stock analyst ratings. Now, in stocks and in traditional finance, the whole game is built around ratings, price targets, outperform, buy, neutral, overweight. These are all ratings. These are price targets that all of these different brokerage firms have put on these different stocks and different things. And so this is how the whole industry works. Okay. Now, right here, you're looking on Yahoo Finance. This is Facebook stock. Look across here, and you'll get to an analysis section. And in the analysis section, you can look around, and there will be it tells you are there more strong buy ratings, buy, hold, underperform, sell, and people put price targets in here. All of that has always been done in traditional finance and always will be done. And it's going to be done in crypto too. I've shown you this before. Now look at this. This is Yahoo Finance for XRP. Okay? The only difference between the way this page looks and the way the Facebook page looks for Yahoo Finance is that there's more tabs, and one of those tabs is analysis. So for those of you that don't like it when people make price predictions, like I just said, it's time to go ahead and put your big boy pants on and grow up, because this is where the crypto market is going to go. Just like traditional finance, they're setting it up right now. There will be price predictions. You may as well get used to it. If you don't like the person's price prediction, or you think that it's based on something stupid, which a lot of them are, if you think that the person giving the price prediction, or whoever it is not backing it up with reasoned logic and numbers and facts, then don't listen to them. But price predictions are a part of markets, and you got to go ahead and get used to that. That's just the way it is. But I wanted to make that point before I go and show you some of the forecasts that are beginning for 2019 by some of the quote experts in the community. And then there's another article I was going to show you. Ripple XRP forecast 2019. It says, is $500 possible? And then I'm just going to read a few of the quotes. Actually, this is not, I wanted to show you this first. I'm sorry. This is the one I was going to show you first. This is called, this is an article from Forbes. Blockchain and crypto leaders shared their 2019 industry predictions. The first one's Tim Draper, who is the billionaire hedge fund guy that runs a hedge fund. I'm sticking to my original prediction. Bitcoin will hit 250,000 by 2022. That's Tim Draper. Then the next one is by Mitch Liu of Theta Labs. He's the CEO. He says the first legitimate national cryptocurrency will be launched, linked to a fiat currency from a G20 nation. The digital asset will be in high demand for combining the benefits of a digital asset with the stability of a government-backed currency. Mark Zuckerberg's 2018 New Year's resolution to study cryptocurrencies will result in one being integrated into Facebook for payments. The only question is whether they will use existing cryptocurrency or a new one created by Facebook. The next prediction is by Brock Pierce, who's an entrepreneur. He was a co-founder of EOS. He says, A quadrillion-dollar market is unfolding, driven by the emergence of security tokens. As currencies are tokenized, as bonds are tokenized, as equities are tokenized, as currencies and real estate and energy are tokenized, we are watching the birth of a quadrillion-dollar market. That's what he says is about to happen. Okay, and now I wanted to show you this article, the Ripple XRP Forecast 2019. Now, this article makes a lot of good points, and one of the things they said in the article was that there was, I believe it was what was the company called? Let me see if I can find it. It was Investing. I've talked about them before. Investing Haven. He said that Investing Haven experts, they expect the coin to rise to $20 within a year, and they kind of acted like they thought that sounded reasonable. But I wanted to read you a couple of excerpts that I thought were interesting, that some things that may not have been thought about to this point. They say, after all, many coins only exist because someone wanted to make money through an initial coin offering, something like an ICO of a cryptocurrency, or because the coin should be a store of value like Bitcoin. But it does not take 2,000 stores of value. So now should be sorted out, which means that there will be only a few hundred cryptocurrencies. These should then increase in price because they have shown that you need them in their blockchain. These include XRP, which is why the Ripple forecast looks good for 2020 as well. Although there are no concrete price targets here, but if it does well in the coming year, the XRP coin should be forecasted over $20 in the following year. They say basically nobody can tell exactly where the coin is going, but it seems that there are many more positive opinions than negative ones. The coin has many applications and is used by many international companies. These partnerships are likely to become even more numerous in the future, making XRP even more circulating. Due to the platform and the network effects, the price should be forecasted higher than today. Forecasts are always difficult, but technically possible. For the coming years, there are forecasts to over $20 and even $500 are now and then proclaimed. That seems to be a bit too high, but the XRP should grow up to $100. Then it would have a similarly high market capitalization as gold. Why should not that be possible? And so I thought that those were pretty interesting comments, and the most interesting that I thought out of that, and this is where the rubber meets the road. Like we've said a lot of these ICOs that were just thrown out there for some guy to make some money and disappear, those are going to be gone. And so there will be a consolidation of all these cryptocurrencies, and you'll have a top, whatever, 100, 200, whatever it is. And as that happens, and the money, all this money is going to be consolidated in these surviving digital assets. And I don't think anybody questions whether XRP is going to be one of those. And for that reason, we have a bright future, people. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that price predictions are going to be a part of this market, whether you like it or not. And so just pay attention to the price predictions and the buy or sell opinions of people that are using reason and logic based on facts and things that you can actually see and hear, not just something that's thrown out there against the wall, and those type of things. Thanks for listening.